Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Senate. We're having some technical difficulties. You can see Derek, but you cannot see me, and I am not sure why. So I am going to work to get that fixed while I'll let Derek just plug his music and everything like that. And then I will try to hop in as best as I can.
Yeah, man. Good night, folk. Derek in the house. As always, big up G Syndicate. You can find all our music and everything at G Syndicate 6, and that's gsyndicate6.com. G Syndicate 6 on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. That's the other one. Right. Shout out to all the guys. We had a good rehearsal last night. Great stuff. So shout out Kiamal, Waden, Mark, Brett, and Antonio. Yeah, just kind of a little off kilter due to the technical stuff we got going on here tonight, but as always, we're going to keep it rocking. You can sort it out and get it cranking for you all guys. I see you there, O'Neill. I'm not sure if the others can see you.
You can see me now?
Yeah, I'm seeing you, but
all right.
Not on the stream itself.
Yeah, they're trying to fix that right now. Anyhow, how you doing, brother?
I am well. How's everything on your end, man? How are things your side?
I'm all right, man. I'm here. Just kind of a little stressed out with this what's happening here. So I don't really know what's going on. But wait, hold on. I see some activity there. Oh no. I was tricked. I was bamboozled. All right. So Derek, normally everybody, what we do is Derek will post something on his Facebook, and obviously to start the conversation going and everything like that, and then we get into it on the show tonight. So Derek, I'm gonna hand over to you, and you can let everybody know what's happening. What we're talking about this week.
Yes, sir. So this week, I wanted to touch on the topic of, or the issue, if you want to call it that, of what people call thought culture. And so we can get into it. Here we go, right? Because they asked the question, has the promotion of thought culture removed the stigma of sex work? And have OnlyFans and other similar avenues become a viable option for women in particular to earn a living? Mm-hmm. Right? That was a question that went out yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And showed up the silent killer in the crowd on the live.
Yeah.
One of my co-workers was to give her a shout out last week and I forgot. So showing now early. But yes, has the promotion of thought culture kind of removed the stigma surrounding sex work and made it a viable option for women to earn? And we got a lot of interesting feedback. I even got the point of view that essentially men consume it, and as such, it's kind of like men's fault, because if we don't consume it, then you can't sell it if nobody ain't buying it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of the schools of thought that came out in the comment section, and I found that as a fairly fair comment to make. Some of the other comments we got, just to read one or two of them. The last comment I got not too long before we started, no, see, that was 6 hours ago, but I will say not too long before we started. They say it is legal to give away, but illegal to sell. And I find it interesting, this whole topic, And the picture that I attached to the question, it spoke about a girl who was 21 years old, and she was able to, so it says, allegedly, if the picture is real and if it's to be believed, that she was able to buy her first house out of OnlyFans money, you know? And then when you go back a couple of weeks ago, Bad Baby, or who they call the Cash Me Outside girl, she turned 18 a couple of weeks ago, and before the end of the day, she became a millionaire because she was on OnlyFans. You know what I mean? And she was able to monetize that. So the question then becomes: is it really? Because something like that, we call it sex work, right? Because it's essentially selling your body for profit, right? Whether you are selling sex or you're selling your body, we call the whole thing sex work. And it's a case of wondering, has it become a viable option for people, right? And I know I may be the person considered the more stoic of the two of us, or the more hard-lined of the two of us. And for me, my opinion or my take on it might be a little bit surprising, depending on how you look at it.
Okay, but I'm interested.
Yeah, I think it is a viable source of income for women in particular, because men are the persons who consume the OnlyFans thing predominantly, and it's mostly women who are making their money off OnlyFans by the naked pictures, etc. And so I do consider it a viable form of, I guess, earning an income. However, with everything, there are some drawbacks, consequences, if you want to call it that. And there's a couple things that you need to consider. So, ladies in the chat, if you are considering, going into the OnlyFans business, there are a couple of things I would like you to consider. So let me just show you quickly. I see Christina in the chat. Good night tonight. Hi, Nika. Neil is here. You can hear him, but you're not going to see him.
I'm here.
Charmaine, welcome to you. She's on, but in between homework. So I hope you do your homework properly. Don't, mess that up. Mind in the Senate. See somebody here. I can't even. ITX Live. Welcome to you. I've never seen you before, so welcome to you. Yes, Nick, we're having technical difficulties. Greetings to Kerry. I hope you brought your files with you as well. Jimmy, you see, he had to research what a thought was, right? Yeah, I had a lot of pressure trying to keep up with the acronyms one time too. I try to stay hip to the game, and I guess saying hip to the game makes me sound a little old. But anyhow, it is a viable option for you for a time. And with all things, with every product you're selling, is there a market for your product? Right? Now, why do I say that? There are also some women who are on the OnlyFans thing, but they're not doing as well, right? Because they found that the market has been saturated. There's so many people coming into the market that it is no longer viable to make money just selling pictures. So the pictures that you would get on IG, for example, the bikini pictures, the half naked pictures and stuff that you would see on IG, you like those, and it's all well and fine and everything good. Good ladies have taken to girls, ladies, let me say girls and ladies, have taken to kind of pushing those online, right, on OnlyFans. The challenge you're going to have is that when somebody else comes out and decides, you know what, I am going to be a little bit more explicit than you, how are you going to compete with that? You know what I mean? You can't exactly, if I can see one girl that's going to show me everything for my subscription. You that coming to me in, brown panties, I don't necessarily want to see, right? So that's the challenge that you have, in that you have to be able to compete. And because the market is so saturated, there's so many people in the market, it's not really that viable an option long term, I would say. Neil, are you still here with us? So you just kind of disappeared a little bit. But anyhow, I'll continue, right? Yeah, Jimmy's asking about shelf life. Yeah, shelf life. It's not particularly long, right? Because again, when we go back to earlier discussions that we had in weeks past, we talk about those prime years for a woman, right? When you hit that 18 to 35, that 18 to 35 window, yeah, that's a pretty long time. So you got to do like an NBA player, and you got to maximize the money you're gonna make in there. Because I remember when I was doing music business, when I was studying music business, one of the comments they said is, you may get a big contract, right? The money looks really good one time in your hand. I got $100,000. That's great. But when you divide $100,000 over your lifespan, say you get $100,000 when you're 24, but you live till 60. Somebody do that quick math. So you tell me, you realize that $100,000 is not as much money as it is if you're spending it one time at 24. So you got to look at, as Jimmy calls it, the shelf life. How feasible is it? And the next thing you got to consider, I really consider too, if you're going into that, do you want your image out there like that? Do you want your image on the internet in perpetuity? Because it is very, very real. We live in the age of the screenshot, right? And they say the screenshot is undefeated, and it's undefeated for a reason, right? Because you could put up something, you could change your mind, you could take it down. But you'd be very surprised to see that in that instant that you put it up, somebody snaps it, take a screenshot of it, and they have that image. Same it goes for tweets, IG images, whatever. We're not just talking OnlyFans or whatever. But in an instant, somebody snatches the image, rolls with it, and now your image is up there forever.
And ever.
And ever. Amen. You know what I mean? So do you want your image up there for that extended over your lifespan? Because consider, you may be young and you can do a thing here, can find a way to make some money or whatever. But is it just worth the squeeze? Because when you hit 30, 33, 34, 35, you decide, you know what? I want to settle down. I want to get my own family or whatever. What happens when you decide to go on a date and your potential partner does a little background checking and discovers that you have an OnlyFans account? And then he's not, because men are strange creatures, right? We are strange creatures in that we have no problem looking at some half naked women. We have no problem looking at naked women, for that matter. But we take a serious issue with other men looking at images of our woman, or the woman that we consider to be ours, to be our partner. We take serious issue with her images just being out there for all and sundry to consume. And how does that impact you going forward in the dating world, in the dating market, right? It's all right to be cool and say, yeah, I done with it. I could do the OnlyFans thing. But then what happens? What happens when you're looking for a partner? What happens if, okay, you get a partner and the partner cool, because there's a guy, he's an accountant, and he and his wife, he kind of manages the money from the OnlyFans account. So I'm not saying that some people aren't cool, right? I'm not saying that at all. Some people are cool with it. what happens now when children get into come into the picture? Because we had a situation, I spoke about it a couple of weeks ago, where a lady, she had gone into the OnlyFans thing and she made $100,000, right? She was making more money from OnlyFans than her husband, and her husband was the athletic coach at a high school or college, something like that. But their husband was a teacher at a Catholic school or something like that. They had the children there, and because of that situation, she had to uproot her children from the school. The husband had to leave the school, the faculty, because of the whole OnlyFans thing, right? So what happens? Is that something that you want your children to have to endure? Because children can be really mean. As somebody will say, hey, I see you mommy buying OnlyFans last night or whatever. And I know it sounds far-fetched. To think that, somebody that might be on OnlyFans. But the reality is, we all know that there's a Bayesian making some money for OnlyFans right here in Barbados, frequenting some very popular fast food restaurants and doing his work there. You know what I mean? So he's probably making a couple dollars from OnlyFans. How long will the OnlyFans thing last for him is another question. And if he decides that he's done with that, he wants to go into something else, will somebody be willing to hire him? Right? Should he change a partner, go to somebody else, he start to raise a family? How does it impact his family? And these are things I think we need to consider. Neil, are you still with us? Because I'm not seeing you at all. Paging Neil Hoyt, not there? No response. Okay. Gonna crack on. I'm just hoping that you guys can see and hear me. Just let me know. And I'm not just here rambling on. Okay, it seems like if I'm still here. And everybody's here with me. So let me just take a peek in the chat, see what you guys are saying, so I can kind of respond to you guys, your comments. Welcome some people in the house. I see Justin Marvel. Welcome, my brother. Good to see you. Calling me Dr. Derek Samuel. As I don't know how to take that, but I'll leave it. Kerry is saying, if by viable, we are saying cash positive is very viable. As with any business, you have to niche to survive. But more so in thottery, I love that term, due to the amount of competition. Shelf life is therefore more related to business savvy and being able to be fluid rather than other factors. Yes, Kerry, I agree with you. I don't know how you carve out a niche in thottery though, because it's so prevalent these days. You know what I mean? It's really hard to kind of get away from it. So I don't know how you can carve out a niche in that. But I see your point. As you say, it's any other business, a normal business that you conducting, you're trying to make money from it. So you have to find a way to be different, to carve out your niche. And I don't know if you can do that when it is, just you trying to, sell your feet, pictures of your feet on OnlyFans. And here's the thing, right? I can't believe we've come to the point in 2021 where we're actually at a point where it is cool to be involved in sex work. That's what we've come to. I don't know the implications of that. I don't know what it really is. But it is where we are in 2021. It seems to be cool. Oddly enough, in the midst of cancel culture, we are cool with, as Kerry calls it, thottery.
Yo, Derek?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm not sure why, but normally I'm able to connect via the call, but only my voice is connecting. So I am here. The stream is still going strong. It's just y'all will not be graced by my beautiful presence today. So.
Okay, cool, buddy.
I can try to work out something in the back.
All right, no problem, buddy. Yeah. So, yeah, I see you there now on screen and all of that.
Yeah, but they can't see me. That's the
Yeah.
problem. You could see me, but they can't see me. And for some reason, I don't know why Skype is not recording my image to the stream. So,
All right, no problem.
big problem.
Um, yeah, Jennifer saying maybe we should shut down. We shut down a couple of times. That's why we had a bit of a rough start.
Yeah.
We came in like a couple minutes late because we were trying to work this out. So again, guys, we apologize. If better can be done, we will do it. But right now we can't. So you are just graced with my presence tonight.
And they just embody voice of Neil Hoyt.
Yeah. So Neil Hoyt is voice of God in it, as we say in stage stuff. Okay. So we've got Kerry giving me some pointers here. He's saying niche redhead with double D's. Niche 2, feet only. Niche 3, fancy lingerie only. Kerry, you sound like a guy that has researched this stuff. And probably we need to get you out of the fitness game and into, pimping. Because you seem to have a handle on this creating a niche thing. But we can talk about that aside, Kerry, and you can cut me a check at some point, right? So yeah, the interesting thing about the whole niche, and as I was saying, we've kind of moved to the point where we are destigmatizing sex work and everything associated with it. Even here in Barbados, when you look, we have two very well-known sex workers who kind of dominate social media a lot. One was recently evicted. Sorry for her situation. And the other, she tells you point blank what her business is, what she's up to. So she holds no bones over that. She hides it. She doesn't hide it at all. She's like, this is what he's doing. You know what I mean? And be cool with that. As a matter of fact, I will never forget a couple of years ago, the one that was recently evicted was actually on daytime radio.
Oh yeah.
On a very popular radio station, talking about her work and what she does, the challenges associated with it, and stuff like that. So, again, this is the point that we've come to in 2021, and is what are the implications for relationships? Right? What are the implications for relationships in this kind of culture? Because I think, right? Oh, by the way, they've also lifted the city of Manhattan has decided that they're no longer going to prosecute prostitution. Let me see how to put this. They're not prosecuting those who sell it, but those who purchase it will be prosecuted. Yeah, that's it. So the city of Manhattan has actually passed that in legislation. Why is that important? It's important because I called no names, Jennifer. I don't know why you're just putting people's business out there like that. But yes, why is that important? Because we tend to follow a lot of stuff that comes down from the bigger countries like the UK and the US. So when you see that they start to kind of reduce the prosecution of sex work, it's only a matter of time before that kind of thing kind of trickles down to the Caribbean. And again, I ask, what are the implications for relationships? Because it's like the drug trade. Probably that's a word I shouldn't use on the platform, but it is what it is. Right? When you kind of free it up a little bit more, I know everybody's selling and everybody buying, the value of it kind of decreases. So, ladies and gents, I know that you would have heard from time immemorial, right? Fellas will tell you, man, I prefer to go and buy what I go buy because a woman now, I go buy this for she, go cash out, and I go do this and I go do that. And when I add up the money, it's more than the money that I will pay to go.
Or their body hard hit or stress.
I purchase it, you know what I mean? So to kind of get around all of that, fellas, somebody can just go back one time. And because of the saturation in the market, fellas, ladies, shout out the 237 ladies in the house. Because of the saturation in the market, suddenly now the price going down, it's cheaper. And a fella could decide, you know what? I ain't need the stress, I ain't need the heart rate. I can just go and buy peace. And when you consider that the women telling you straight, they may need a man.
Mm-hmm.
Telling you so point blank. They need a man for nothing. Fella say, she ain't even nothing, so let me just go and organize myself here. So I hear the going rate is $60. Somebody in the chat that knows for sure could verify for me, confirm.
I don't know if they would want to.
Yeah, I don't want to put the business on blast, but that might be it. Oh boy, man, it's seen the price went down. That hasn't gone on in 7 years. That went down in 7 years. Correct. Because everybody's selling. Right? So to be competitive, as my man Kerry was talking about as a businessman, show up Basa Jim. To be competitive, you gotta lower your price. Or you gotta offer some 2-for-1 specials, buy one, get half off. You know, you gotta do something to be competitive in the market, right? And when you're talking about the dating market now, and the marriage rate plummeting, fellas less inclined to get involved in long-term relationships because they figure it's just too much drama, it's just too much stress. With the marriage rate plummeting, fellas might say, you know what? An OnlyFans girl, that might be the best way to go. You know what I mean? Chad is saying here. Yeah, go ahead, Nick. Go ahead, buddy.
No, I just wanted to say that I find this a very interesting topic because as much as we say, because there are some people that will come and tell you no, that who are we? Who is anybody to come and speak on a woman's body and what she does with it, right? I've heard this argument before where people say, you know, men always got something to say about a woman's body, right? Are always making decisions for women and passing legislation for women based on what they should and should not do with their body, right? And another school of thought is that men are, because of all of this, in that we have the demand, as you just rightly said, men can buy. So if the demand wasn't there, then women would go and find something else to do. And I wondered if that was so, or if this was a lack of accountability. Because as I said, I made sure to bring up some points too that I wanted to talk about here. And in my opinion, I feel as though I don't even necessarily know that this has destigmatized prostitution, because at the end of the day, I feel as though there will always be a stigma around prostitution. What I think it has done, because of social media, has given everyone a platform to showcase it. And I still feel like if me or you were to start OnlyFans page, or a woman was to go and start OnlyFans page, and that would still be a talking point. There are people that have OnlyFans in Barbados, and I'm sure they're talking about. I don't know them personally, but I am sure if one of us started OnlyFans, or we were to get into prostitution, or we knew somebody was getting into prostitution, that would be a talking point. I don't know if it would necessarily destigmatize. I would say we are desensitized to it, in that it is like OnlyFans is a thing, social media is a thing. This person like attention, this person whatever, and it is like, well, that's what it do. That's what it do. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I am not going to speak on that, simply because Um, that is going in the context of what society allows, doesn't allow, etc. But in my opinion, I do think that there should be repercussions for doing certain things. Like with anything in life, good or bad, you should have repercussions for doing them. So basically, if you are a charitable person and you go out there, you do charitable work, you should be praised for that. Likewise, if you're a person that robs banks, you should be made infamous for that. I think that it is sad that some women have to resort to selling their bodies in order to make money. As you say, for some women, the juice is worth the squeeze because of their situation or whatever. And then there are some women that just want to do it because they're voyeuristic. Some women want to do it because they need to make money, and or they just like the attention. The point remains is that I think this notion of thought culture, because I think it was a year ago or a couple of years ago, there was a group of young ladies from Barbados, and they wanted to take back. There was this impetus, this movement to take back the word thought and take back the word slut and to stop slut shaming. And to do so, they took on the acronym and they took on the names like Slut Nation, Thought Nation, hashtagging it and say, yeah, we're Thought Nation. And they were trying to show through their life that they are not what that word connotates, that they are free, liberal women, and they can do what they want with their body. But it is not, they were not doing slutty things or they were not doing things that were promiscuous. However, they wanted to reclaim that word by doing things that showed off who they were. And I found it interesting because words are created for a reason, right? We are assigned words to give description for certain things in an easy,
Mm-hmm.
succinct manner. So I have a phone in my hand. I can tell somebody that is a phone. Throughout language, there's a word for phone, whether it is phone or another language or interpretation of that. Just likewise, slut and thought has a certain description and connotation. So I think that you trying to reclaim the word as a woman and you trying to put hashtags and you trying to bring awareness to slut shaming in that manner is not necessarily productive because we all know what that connotation evokes and you can't change it like by hashtags. I think OnlyFans and these sorts of websites, I didn't even know OnlyFans was not even just for sex. OnlyFans is for anybody. If you're into knitting, if you're into kneading, if you're into
Yeah.
cooking, and you are very good at it, and you create an account, you can have only your fans watching you do your content. It's like a Twitch. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Twitch, but it's kind of like a Twitch kind of thing, situation going on. However, people are using it for sex. Now, I think that we have to be very careful with thought culture and we have to be very careful with what we put out there. It's something similar we talked about on social media and before, because we all feel as though we can do as we like on social media and in society at large. And let's get away with it. Even the guy that has the OnlyFans having sex in public places, that is reprehensible. He should be brought up on charges for that simply because he is being promiscuous in person. He is being lewd. And I'm sure that I mean, any lawyers in the chat can tell me, but I'm sure lewd conduct is against books in Barbados. So we all look at these things and we laugh and we giggle and we share, but we have to be cognizant of what we put out there, right? If you are a woman that are comfortable in your sexuality to the point where you need to showcase your body on social media, so be it. Will a man find you if you want a man? If you get in a relationship with a man, take you on? Yes. Will it not have problems? Maybe not. But the point is that you are showcasing something that is meant for intimate eyes, for in intimate situations. I am sure that a lot of women out there would not want, like, if women out there knew, let's say, for example, you had an OnlyFans there, I'm sure when you go out there, you start talking to a young lady or whatever, she'll be like, nah, you got OnlyFans, so you are not the man I want to build my life with. You are not the man that I want to start a family with. So we
It
need to
depends on what
stop.
my OnlyFans is doing because I might be doing some pretty interesting stuff on my OnlyFans.
Well, I ain't gonna speak to that. I will just speak to the point that I am sure most women would not want to start a family with you if you had an OnlyFans account or if you were a gigolo. If you were a known male gigolo, or many white women come in, you were a rent a dread, and, sort of, well, rent a ball head, and sort of. I feel as though, I feel as though that people would look at you, women would look at you and say, "Nah, boy, you can't carry to the, can't carry the family function, can't stand in front of God and all and sundry and proclaim my love for this man. I can't do that." So the same way, we need to stop being we need to stop being hypocritical with this men policing this and men saying that and men doing what they want, because women are not doing it. Women are not holding women accountable for doing these things. So therefore, if men speak on it, it is not us policing, it is us saying, if you don't want a man, if you don't want to get married, if you have a man that would marry you despite or whatever, fine, sure, go ahead, roll that dice. But I'm saying, if you are looking for a partner and you are a person that wants to have a family and you want to, and you're able-bodied and able to get means of employment or make money that is not considered illegal or demeaning, then by all means, there's I don't see why you should start OnlyFans. It's not policing, it's just simple fact. As Derek says, what is, if you want to catch flies, plant honey or something like that?
Yeah, yeah. You need
What,
honey.
what, right,
You
right,
catch more flies with honey than with shaving cream.
right. So now, with that being said, if you want a husband, if you want a boyfriend, if you want somebody to build a life with and have a family
Stick a
with and all
pin
of that,
nail.
go ahead.
Depends on the kind of husband you want.
Well, there you go. But just know, as my our very good friend, my boy Mark Moore say, when you play country games, it is
You get
win
country
country
pride by
prizes.
praises.
Good. So if you want to roll the dice and have that lifestyle, and you want to put that out there, you have no problem in showcasing your body on social media as you feel like, then when that starts to attract a certain type of man and the relationships become problematic, and you realize that the man was only interested in you in sex and he didn't really care nothing about you in terms of your mental and in terms of your emotional stability and safety, then congratulations, you've won a country prize. So we just got to be cognizant of what we put out there. And this is not only for women too, this is for men, because men put some things out there that sometimes I wonder, like, what we out here doing, right? Men smoking weed, men got guns and certain things out and money flashing about and stuff like that. I know a guy, Pop Smoke, a rapper, he died. He was murdered last year because he's a East Coast rapper. He went to the West Coast and he was showing off that he was in this swimming pool, this big Beverly Hills mansion and stuff like that in the hills, and he accidentally showed the address. Later that night, guys came in, tried to rob him. It went wrong and he died. So should he have gotten murdered for putting that out there? No,
Nope.
I'm not saying that. However, you gotta be careful in these things. The same way, none of us will put. Some of us don't put our children out there. Some of us would not put our address out there. Some people would not put. Shoot, they will not even put their occupation out there or anything like that. The same way we will not put certain things out there is the same way we have to hold other people accountable for putting those things out there. It is not about right or wrong. It is about the ends justifying the means. Because we want money, but at what cost? And my Derek talk about it every week. The juice worth the squeeze. Anyhow, go ahead, Derek.
Yeah, man. Let me just dive in the chat a little bit. Um, Natalia is saying the one who was just evicted has a boyfriend. So I guess it really is true that every piece of cloth has an owner. That is true. Every piece of cloth may have an owner, but again, the quality of the person you're looking at, because it's okay if it's okay. Everybody has life, right? Everybody has a lifestyle, but then you get into talking about quality of life. What quality of life are you living? You know what I mean? So yeah, every piece of cloth got an owner. What kind of owner this piece of cloth got? You know what I mean? What piece of cloth is that? You know what I mean? Right. So my man Chad is saying that that's the only price that went down in 7 years. Gas went up, light went up, boom, price drop. Natalia, but that's just a stick and move, hit and quit. So these men that move in so aren't looking for cheese or bread. Yes,
Go ahead, Natalia.
These
Go on,
men
Natalia.
ain't looking for no partners, no companion, nothing. Stick and move, right? Okay, Charlie saying that somebody's offering Boxy for $30. And that's the next thing, right? Here's the thing. We've come to a point, every now and again, every couple months or so, you get an ad, right? on WhatsApp.
Oh yeah, yeah,
With
yeah.
a girl just advertising these things with her list of services, right? So you get oral sex is one thing, normal sex is another thing, anal sex is something else. And a lot of times it was entertaining parts about this is the mathematics working out the combos, right?
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah. Oh yeah.
sometimes it would be better for you to pay for one product because it can be like, well, if I pay for these two products, it don't really make sense. So I can just go pay. So a lot of times the masters beat these girls, but it's so normal now. It's so we are so desensitized to that kind of thing that somebody advertising the prices via WhatsApp is normal. You know what I mean? We cool
But
with
there
that.
another thing too. I don't know if you remember that there was a story where somebody was saying that they knew a guy that wanted to call in and see about these services. And the young lady, he organized the price. He didn't see, he never saw a picture of the woman. It just was like caption, call so and so and so and so if you want this. Her body was showing, but not her face, right? And even so, it was parts of her body. It wasn't even like a good picture or whatever. And you know, he messaged the woman, say, yeah. So what's the situation? The woman says, well, I operate out of the St. James area. I will meet you in in where it was Cave Hill, the bottom of the roundabout, the bottom of Cave Hill, and you pick me up and we go to the room, right? But you gotta pay me as you see me, right? So the man was even inquiring, but you also mentioned that you have a friend, we could have a threesome or whatever. And she said, yeah, a threesome could happen or whatever. And he was like, okay, so you're gonna send a picture of yourself and the young lady so I would know what you're paying for. The woman said, no, you gotta come, we gotta arrange a date, you pick me up, pay me the money, and we go to St. James. And I like, That's like that is like a man saying, like somebody in the group chat saying, "Yeah, I got a car for sale, $20,000," and the
Bring the money.
conditions, right? Bring the money. I can't look at the car, I can't test drive the car, I can't do nothing with the car. I have to pay the money. No, I know some people may get upset that I am likening that I am using an analogy of a car, but let's be honest. If you're paying for a service or you're paying for something that is dependent on the visual, you gotta see what you're paying for, right? So that is also an interesting component too, where people are starting to even be as brazen as saying, "Yeah, this white offer you could get X, Y, and Z, maybe even A, but you gotta pay me money up front." I don't know
And
how
this
we
is the
get
thing,
there.
Neil. They didn't even give me the references and testimonials on there. You just advertising your product, and I supposed to just buy it. You know,
Just buy
just
it.
cash on
Just buy it.
delivery. Yeah, I could just. I don't
No
know if you
card.
want to pay for your
Cash
service.
only.
Is your service so awesome that I can just be like, hey, hold my money? So
But how you
anyway.
gonna find out there? How you gonna find out if the services are great?
But
You
you
ain't
should
gonna
have
find out until
something.
you
You should have references and testimonials
a
when you
5 minute
get into
test
something
out.
like that. Somebody come and do a little vignette saying, yeah, I was with uh, up down the road and she was real nice and things. I found her very open and you know, give me something that
Uh,
encourage me to buy. I mean, not to pull you fly and say, yeah, I here. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Anyhow,
just come.
try to say they call it policing women's bodies. Now that you mentioned that, Neil, I had a thought when you were speaking. We talk about, I find it very interesting. I find it very, very interesting. We
Are
talk
you
about,
Derek? Hello?
yeah, I'm still here.
Hello?
Still here.
Hello? Derek?
Still
I
here.
can't
Still here.
hear you now. Oh yeah, I can hear you. Okay.
Yeah. I find
Wow.
it very, very
Tonight is the
interesting
night.
that we talk about the objectification of women, right? And we don't want to be women don't want to be objectified and stuff like that. I think we need to say women do not want to be objectified by men. They're okay if they have the ownership of the objectification, right? Because even with this topic, some people were like, yeah, mention, as you say, women got agency over the parts and stuff like that. I love that line. Um, and they should be free to, do what they like with it. Nobody's arguing that
Mhm.
point, right? But, by the same token, you're saying you do not want to be objectified, and then you turn around and objectify yourself. I don't know. Maybe I
And
guess
then and then too,
it's a little bit.
yeah, I agree with that because is this thing where men only see women as there. Hello,
Yeah, yeah, man.
you just drop out there a bit. You did?
I'm here.
Okay, good. No, I was saying that I find that some women will come with this rhetoric of, you know, this is a patriarchal system. Men always objectifying women, using them for sex. The marketing is made by men, and sex and this and that, and the next and the third. Now, I understand, and that is a separate topic where we can argue, or we can have a topic where men objectify women in the media and in social media and in movies and everything like that. But there's another thing with women saying men only want me for my body and men only see women as sexual objects. But then women doing things like showing off their cleavage in certain photos or showing off their assets in certain photos. Like we know someone, Derek and I know someone that don't let me say almost every picture that this person posts is of her cleavage. Every post. And I understand. You can argue, you know what? It is, and it has nothing about sexualization. If I'm sexualized, I'm the pervert, I'm part of the problem. But it is as simple as if every picture you see me post, I am bareback and showing off my abs, then what's the message I'm sending? That this is the best of me, or this is parts of me that I am proud of that I want to showcase, right? Some women show off their legs, some women show off their breasts and stuff like that. And I feel like we need to get away from this term objectification because it does happen. But if you put that, if you again, if you shot with, if you fish with a guppy, you ain't gonna catch a whale. If you fish with dynamite, you might catch a dragon. You're gonna be
Most
able to deal with the
things.
dragon. You know what I mean? You gotta be able to deal with what you catching. You know what I'm saying? So you can't in one breath be showing off your body and your posts and your social media and your OnlyFans, whatever, and then feel as though men are out of place or people are out of place for objectifying you because of what you put out. Just saying.
Yeah, man.
Women, the thing about it is there are some women that are academics that hardly show off any of their body parts or anything like that. They're very conservative in what they post and whatever like that. And men don't objectify them on social media. No. In person, if a man approaches you and sees you and say, yo, my friend, you look good, this, that, and next, the third, that is an objectification. But if you post and put out country things, you will get country responses.
Yeah. Um, yes. So Jimmy is saying the idea that we are not connected, interconnected is blind. All of society is interconnected, and whether we like it or not, everything we do has an impact on someone else. As a fact. Carrie, lesbians and straight women buy OnlyFans content too, and more than enough to support the business model. Yes, if men stop purchasing, competition would increase, and many would have to find other areas of finding income, but the cream would rise to the top, as always. Sex always sells, regardless of gender. Hashtag as you were. Um, yeah, query that analyze, but I believe firmly if men were to withdraw their money from the OnlyFans culture, that it'd be, I think it'd be crippling to that OnlyFans bubble that going on there. Um, Chad doesn't agree. He's saying that they haven't paid for his man hours yet. Rian, welcome. Good night. Happy to see you as always.
Good night.
So Kerry is encouraging somebody to enter the OnlyFans bubble for some work. Hail to Sam Tai Chi. So Rian is saying that's like no man that football the players all his life. Women not interested.
I mean, that is fact.
Just what it is.
It is what it
Having
is.
said that, I do think that, but I just get into that every week. I really try not to get into it this week. But some women like those guys, right? Some women like those guys.
For some reason,
let me leave that
they
there.
always get work.
Yeah, and Chad is saying exactly that. Some women love having those kind of guys. Right up boy head. Yes, Philip, right up boy head. you know that you're in the same category as me, my brother. And Rihanna says, girls, not women like those guys. Welcome, Cheryl. Good to see you. I try to save money tight. You ain't buying a pig in a bag. Exactly. I need a reference, some kind of testimonial. Call up 2 or 3 people, tell them, send you a little voice note or saying, verify the quality of your product, and then maybe you could get my money that kind of way.
Or you might turn up on 2 men day waiting for you.
So, yes, we ain't dealing with that part. So you're saying nothing isn't even delivered yet. Exactly. Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, my girl, he should
Man,
say
you like
nothing.
it. You
Yeah,
like it,
nah, yeah,
man.
like
You want me here or what?
yeah. Kwame, welcome, my brother. Good to see you in the house as always. Hail to the senators and senators. Yeah.
Like,
Cheryl, firstly, there, why are you wearing a shawl? Off of my swag, girlfriend. Off of my swag. You don't understand this, all right? Senators talked to Cheryl about the scarves, all right? And then she asked, don't we both objectify each other? Yes.
yep.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
but here's the
Yes.
thing. You
I
ain't gonna
want, I,
hear that talk. You ain't gonna hear
we
that
need
talk.
we need to be honest. We need to be honest. I don't understand why we seem to have. Okay, I understand we do not want to be considered shallow. None of us wants to be considered shallow. I get it because we like to think that we're a little bit more evolved than reacting when we have a visceral reaction to something we see and like. We want to think that we're a little bit more evolved than that. But the reality is, we eat with our eyes, right? We eat with our eyes. If somebody brings you the greatest meal, covered and the plate got dirt on it, the fork got bits of food dry on it, you are not going to eat, irrespective of how good that meal tastes. On the other hand, on the flip side, conversely, however you want to put it, there are some people who will present a very lovely meal for you, and then it tastes like cardboard. But guess what? It got you to eat because it looked good, right? So yeah, we both objectify each other on some level, and we need to be honest about that fact, right? Carrie goes on. Carrie is saying, right. So I believe that there's less of a stigma associated with sex work because of the OnlyFans effect. Thottery is definitely, I love that word. Thottery is definitely more mainstream and accepted. However, the stigma still very much exists right around in the majority of society, and anyone getting into sex work in any form should consider the potential fallout. Correct, Carrie. There's going to be fallout. Whether you're talking in terms of your family situation, whether in terms of employment situation.
Cracking up a bit, Derek.
Tell me?
You hear me? You're cracking up a bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
start over again. You're cracking up a bit.
right. There's going to be fallout, whether it is in terms of your family situation, employment situation, shoot, partner situation. There's going to be fallout, and you need to, as they ask all the time, is the juice worth the squeeze? If it is for you, if you're prepared to live that kind of isolated life, because shoot, only certain people can deal with you, that's cool. You know what I mean? Do you, boo? But don't make a decision and then let me get into a little basketball analogy, right?
Go ahead.
I didn't talk about it last week, but I gonna talk about it this week, right? My man Carmelo Anthony, right? Carmelo Anthony was in Denver, playing for the Denver Nuggets, right? He wanted to come to New York. He could have come to New York at the end of the season. But if he had done it that way, he would have left millions of dollars on the table. Instead, Carmelo Anthony forced his way out of Denver. Just became a regular royal pain in the backside, right? For the Denver people in Denver was like, you know what? We could as well trade you and get something free. So that's what they did. They packaged him, Chauncey Billups, JR. I think they had a couple of people trained there, and sent him to New York. But in exchange, because he was supposed to be a good player, we had to gut our roster to send back people to Denver. Yes, I am a New York Knicks fan, right? Since the early 90s. Still am today, right? Carmelo Anthony came to the New York Knicks. And suddenly now we have the ghost of Chauncey Billups running the point guard. Him, J.R. Smith, and a lot of flotsam and jetsam, right? No. Prior to that, to him coming to New York, We had not been to the playoffs in a while. He came back. All right, we limp and get to the playoffs. Fine. Then the licks start to come. Now here's the thing: when you come into New York, right, that did not have a history of winning at the time. You are not coming to New York to win games. You are coming to New York for money. Cool. Nothing's wrong with that. Make your money. He had the opportunity to go to Chicago. He turned it down. Why? Because he wanted more money. So he resigned in New York for more money. And then when the licks start to come fast and furious again, Carmelo Anthony decided he wanted to leave. Ain't gonna problem a man making the money. I have no problem with a man making a business decision for his money. Having said that, when you decide you want all of your money, and then we are unable to build a team around you, and then the licks continue, do not then decide, you know what, I had enough of this here and I want out. You made your bed hard, lie down in it hard. But Carmelo Anthony, being who he is, made the decision, couldn't live with it, and tried his best to get out. So don't come, make a decision, decide you're going on OnlyFans for money. And then when it get a little sticky in your family life, oh, you griping about this and you complain about that, don't do it. You made your bed hard, lie down in it hard. Right? Let me carry on here. So, Steve, what you use dynamite bait, then complain when you get draggers in your neck, correct? You make a decision, live with it. Philip says that he guess it wants to be trendy. Yes, I suppose that's what it is. Justin Clark, welcome, my brother. Good to see you as always. The question I would like to ask women is, why do you post such photos? Who or what is it for? Is it self-validation, simple expression, or for the benefit of desirable responders?
Regardless, Justin.
I love the fact that you put desirable before responders, because the reality is you're not only going to get the desirable responders, you're going to get some people in there that you really want to hear from. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing, Justin. I want to say that's the thing. I think there's a bit of all of those. I think when we post things on social media, we post them because it is a form of expression and it is a form of seeking a bit of validation. I'm not talking only about women, I'm talking about everybody. When we post things on social media,
we want the dopamine.
Right. Whether it's 2 people or 20,000 people, the point remains is that you are posting, whether it be a meme, whether it be a quote, whether it be a picture of yourself, a picture of food, whatever you're posting, you are recording it because you want to express the moment, or you want that self-validation. You want people to click like and comment and share and that kind of stuff. That is what social media is about. So when people, women in this case, post pictures of their assets and they put them out there, then when people come when they're ensnared in the trap, you can then come and say, oh, these men thirsty. And Derek know who I've had a problem with an individual that did this for almost 10 years, where they would post all of these things on social media, but then when men comment on them, she would get upset. And when I say she is posting things that only showcase, it's not even things that showcase her face, her talents, or anything like that. It's literally showcasing her breasts, her hips in a bikini. And then she would have some inspirational quote under it or whatever. And I'm saying, yo, and then some man had commented in the whatever. Oh no, she had posted something where she was in a bikini and she was like, oh, granted, this woman's body is phenomenal by anyone's standards. By anyone's standards, this woman's body is amazing. Men and women. She posted herself in a bikini and said, oh, there, I gotta get my summer body ready. I need to do this and that. Oh, woe is me, this and that and next. So all the girls was like, oh, you crazy, you look good, whatever, like. And then a man come in and say, girl, you look real good, yeah. I would really like to boom, 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 boom. All these men so thirsty. Another man come in and say, baby, you look so sweet. Oh, I can't stand these men so thirsty. A girl can't just post something to feel secure about her body. And I'm like, yo, One thing I hate in this life is when people feel like the brain bigger than money, If you bow showcasing your body, I would prefer a woman come out and show herself in a bikini and say, damn girl, your body is on fire. 10 out of 10. I get that like before somebody come in with a quote or a meme telling me about how, oh, sometimes God give us hardships in life. And before I was not able to, yo, you showcase your breast or your ass. So stop it. And again, if you, there's nothing wrong in admitting that that's what you want. There is nothing wrong in admitting, like, yo, I post this because I feel in myself today, and yeah, I need this little validation. My man Derek is sometimes post himself in a scarf out and about, and he
Gotcha.
does that for the sole purpose of people commenting on it, and he does it for certain people, but they comment. That is what it's about. So
So,
I don't understand how we get to this point where we are hiding behind made up justifications in order to validate certain decisions we make, good or bad. Like it doesn't make sense because if you only push a narrative of your body and that your body is essentially your only meal ticket, then when a man comes to cash in on that meal ticket, then you can't get set there. And I know somebody, an artist in Barbados, where you look through her page, you can't see no form of music, can't see she in the studio, you can't see nothing but her in a bikini. I am like, yo, are you a model or are you a musician? If I was looking for a promotional girl, I would hire you. If I'm looking for an artist, I will not look for you because you don't even have any place for me to see your music. The little link, nothing. You literally just got yourself in a bikini every 10 pictures. Like, yo,
Cheryl is saying to carry on my shawl, a shall. Um, yes, they know exactly what we're doing. Thirst trap, correct? That's the term, Jad. Cheryl is trying to figure out how we talk about spending money and stuff like that on getting samples. Rian, man, I objectify men. If I look at him at a man that look hot, I will be like, yes. And let's be real, in my girl group chats, we pass around half naked man photos. Thank you for being honest.
because
I'll be
women would
honest, I think
also say,
women,
Derek, women would also say they would get it. He would get
yeah,
it.
yeah. I'll be honest, I think women are going too far in some things. Example, Me Too movement in some cases, but that's another story. Cheryl is saying she posts that stuff because hey, her boobs look good. All right, Cheryl, own
Well, do
your
your thing,
boobs.
Carol. Do your thing.
Chad, here comes the questions. What references you have seen? Exactly, Cheryl. We need references about your boobs. Okay, that's what we were talking about earlier. I can't don't expect me to just trust your word about your product. We need to see and taste and feel your product to know if we want to buy. But that's another
Okay,
story,
then.
Cheryl. That's just a joke, right? Okay. This is not me shooting a shot at Cheryl on the podcast, all right? Let's put it out there. Kwame, boy, look at things. Wait, when it is share pics, well, I know, right, Kwame? You would never have
You
guessed it. Huh?
would be so surprised, my brother.
Never you would
You
think
would
that
be
women
so
are just
surprised.
these bastions of light and virtuousness, you know what I mean?
Hold on a minute there.
Anyway,
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Let's be honest here. Now, I don't know who knows it or whatever, but there's a understanding or a connotation that in group chats on WhatsApp, men share porn, right? Men will share naked women, half naked women, porn. Now, I bet some of these people in here would be surprised that the main suppliers of porn to some of the men I know are women,
yeah, that's right.
unsolicited too.
That's right.
Okay.
That is right. The women that say any porn. Uh, Cheryl Chatty was referring to me mentioning that some ladies post pics and only post boob shots or ass, legs, etc. when they post pics. When they post pics. Avery, good to see you, my brother. Welcome. As always, good to have you. This is my good friend Avery, a good guy. Check out his business. I cannot remember the name of your business right now, but he's a very good chef. So check out Avery. Directly, he'll tell you the name of his business, doing wraps and stuff like that, right? If you sow potatoes, you have to reap potatoes. Facts, Avery. Facts. Glue traps don't only catch mice. Truth, says Chad. Bro, they had a girl on my Facebook for years up to now. I never see her face. Right?
Okay,
Jennifer
yeah.
saying, good to know about the scarf. Yes. Granny Sweet in the streets. Correct. Just say, we are not calling anybody's name, Jennifer. The name, the blame, the
No,
nothing. Right?
no, we do that.
Um, much like these same pics, guys. If you want to send out your nudes and stuff like that, remember this: no face,
The
no
face.
case.
No distinguishing marks, tattoos, or
Okay?
anything like that. Please and thanks.
Damien is saying she's welcome, Damien. Good to see you. Um, woman selling her musical instrument. Oh, you're wrong.
Damien, Damien, what she said? What she got a conch shell?
Deal,
You
deal,
just blow over
deal,
it?
deal, deal, deal. Hush. Let me read this comment.
Okay, go
Okay?
ahead. So,
Let me read this comment. Woman selling her musical instrument. What's wrong with you, Neil? Oh, ye of little faith. So let me move on. But wait, Neil, ain't pay your camera bill. Ask Philip. I don't know
listen,
what's
when
up.
it Philip, y'all not ready for. You see, the internet realized that it was too much to have two sexy men on tonight at the same time. I
It's
don't know
true.
what's going on, but for some
It
reason,
might be the scarf. It might be the scarf tonight.
right. I don't know what it
The
is, but
scarf
for
is
some
particularly
reason,
like.
Skype not allowing. My setup is what it is, but it's not allowing me to join with my face, only my voice. So
So Justin is giving somebody the eyes. Well, he's giving himself actually. And then he talks. He gives Cheryl Arnie the smirk. Good night, Hugh. Good to see you.
and night
Welcome
you.
to the discussion. Cheryl says, no problem. Got you, no, Derek. I have no problems providing references or samples. Lord have mercy. Jennifer Young is crying with laugh. And Steve asks, so what is it when you post the strap pics and someone to you find and someone you find desirable comments, it's all praise, but the minute someone less than desirable comments, it's harassment. Baffling to say
Because
the least.
Steve, it ain't for the undesirables. It
It's
ain't
not.
for we
It's not.
trapping. Listen, when people post things, they are trapping for the particular fish. So you fish. The thing is, if you fish with bait, you can't tell who you gonna catch. Some fish you throw back, some fish you carry home and you cook. So imagine if you're a fisherman and you catch, you're looking for shark, or you catching a panfish, right? You fishing for shark, but you catch panfish, right?
You try my pan fish.
No, Derek. No, in this context, you argue about why the panfish bite the bait. How dare he bite the bait?
Yeah, yeah.
He is a hungry,
Exactly.
thirsty fish.
But as opposed to just throwing it back. If you
And
don't want it,
instead of
just throw
just
it
throwing
back
it back and just redo the
and
bait
hope
and
again,
go
you know?
again, and go again.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I that that's particularly poignant, Neil. Profound. But he's right, you know. You throw the bait, if you throw a spot to catch a whale and you catch something that you don't want, just straight back. But
Just
instead,
straight back.
it seems as if the thing is to kind of see if you could demean the fish that you caught first before you throw it back, you know. Let everybody know, but hey, look, this is the fish that I caught. I didn't really want this. What makes this fish feel that, you know, it could jump at me? And then you throw it back, you know. Just be nice, man. It need to be,
Not even just be nice, but if you're fishing, you have to accept whatever you
yeah,
catch. The
yeah.
things that you don't want, you don't address. You can even delete them. That is how social media works. You can delete comments. You could ban people. So if you get an undesirable comment, or you get an undesirable person, or you demasculating you DMs or whatever, you can choose not to respond and you can move on. But to put the person on blast and take screenshots and talk about me thirsty and talk about this and that, then what are you doing? You're fishing and you've caught something. So what are you gonna do?
I'll tell you, right? Because I see Cheryl is saying that the panfish may be very loyal panfish, more so than the whale. Yeah, but that's another story. Let me shout out my man Foxy Brown that not join the chat. Welcome to you, Foxy. Call it talking about softly, but you know that he's murder here every time we see he on the court, right? But shout out Foxy, good to see you, buddy.
Who's this person here? Oh no, I can't say that. I know it.
Yeah. He's soft, man. You don't know he. Um, yes, she's saying Jennifer is saying you're killing me, but you're correct. Dead on for
Thank,
me. Tanya is saying, I often wonder why they respond. No need. Damien, the only difference between 50 Shades of Grey and Law and Order SVU episode is one man has appeal.
Yo, Damian Daniel. Look, put ones in the chat for Damian Daniel right now, people. Because we talked about this. Lyrics, you little laugh. We talked about this. Sometime we talked about it. I can't remember when we talked about it, but this was in person, right? And that is the point. The point is, right? Women see this thing on social media. I mean, not social media, in media. They see these movies, they see these things. They want the happily ever after. They want the man to run up and down the stairs. They want a man to be demonstrative and a man's man and to puff out his chest and to tear wide between that and lock up and Me Too and rape and harassment and stalking. And this is why I say we need to have a standard. If you want a man to rough you up sexually, right, you need to let him know up front where you both. And if he crosses that line, then you can decide to press charges. But don't tell the man you both getting rough up. Not set any lines. The man rough you up, and then it's drama. It's stress. You understand me, Jennifer? You say I drop out. You can hear me now? Sorry, I got a little excited. I don't know. But that's the point. The point is that if you want a certain man that you have seen in these movies, if you want a man 6'5", abs, 18 abs, chest, barrel chest, and he look like the Rock, if that is what you want, then say nothing wrong in saying this is the kind of man they like in one post, and then post yourself. Only men from previous posts need apply. But when you put out there that you're looking for a particular type of man, when you put out there that you just breast and ass, breast, ass and legs, right? Use a Chafette 3-piece, right? And you attract 5'2", Paulie that ain't got 3 teeth in the mouth and just work as a laborer. When he come in your chat, you all of a sudden talk about men thirsty. Why you don't talk about Fabio too, that he thirsty? Why you don't talk about Fabio being thirsty in your DMs? No. Why not? Because he got abs. Because he barrel-chested. Because he got money. And we need to have a standard. We need to have a standard. I have thirst trap in my time too. I put out something up there. Yeah, I want like a like or thing. And I get private messages by people I was not attracted to. And what did I do? I say, well, thank you, smile, and move on. So I don't understand how we get to this point where we are putting men on blast because they are responding to a public social media. This is a public platform. And if you have your page private, the person is on your page, chances are you have accepted them to follow you on your page. Therefore, any talk or commentary that you are given by any person on that is at you. If you have a public profile with 50,000 people on it, and a man saying, girl, no, I am not talking about, granted, I am not, there are men that out there that will be very illicit and very rude and disrespectful in their commentary of how you look. No problem. But the point still remains that if a man like who's a man that everyone, Morris Chestnut, if one of women post something, and Morris Chestnut said, girl, I would barely like to lick for your knee to you crack and back down with whipped cream. Then I slid it. Morris Chestnut says, sliding in your DMs now. You packing your bags already. You are packing your bags already. And I know that some women will say, no, man, I can't talk to me like that, and that's fine. But the majority of women that obviously wants a certain type of man, especially aesthetics, especially finances, especially standing, when that man approaches, regardless of his approach, when a woman ready to go. But as my man Paulie from down the street, when he think missing on the laborer, he can't get no forward. And he's a thirsty man. And who feel he got the right to come and address me? I literally have seen that. Why do these men feel that they are good enough to address me? So, baby, put out your list of requirements. Put out your list. Have to be this tall to ride the ride. Have to be this wide to ride the ride. Have to have this much money in the bank account. And you will be surprised how easy it would be to trim down on the people that you're trying to catch.
Chad is saying, what about that movie 365 Days with a drug man that take a woman?
I know that movie.
I read you, Chad, right? The thing about 365, right? 365 Days is that women love this movie, right? So many women ask me if I had seen this.
What is this movie about? I don't know this movie.
It is literally what Chad said. It's about a drug man that saw a woman, he liked her, and he essentially kidnapped her until she fell in love with him. Some serious Stockholm syndrome going on there, right?
But you know what? But you know there will be some women that would love that to happen to them.
But the guy have resources, so if you get kidnapped and you're living in the lap of luxury, I mean, some people might be cool with it, some people may not be. But as somebody would say, I guess, if I was a black man, that's just a normal kidnapping, you know what I mean? It ain't glamorous. If I was, if that's Lamar from New Orleans, I come and just take you up, you know, it really is a sexy no more, you know?
When he hearing a pineapple and got tattoos all in his face and things.
Yeah, it is sexy. Justin Clark, there's a very popular local OnlyFans account. Wow, we didn't know that. Where a young lady and her significant other entertains and fills their followers. At the end of the day, I believe what Neil says, 100%. It had nothing to do with sexual freedom and expression. It's all dollars and cents. And Facebook, IG, and the other social media platforms that came before more or less support people peddling their wear. Top-ups, bill payments, free meals, and groceries got to get dealt with somehow. Yeah, that's just a fact. Be mindful of the fact that people just dealing in money. We've come to the point where the things that we would have held sacred as, I guess, older folk now, younger people are not holding to those things, and they're seeing things a bit more transactionally than we would, rightly or wrongly. But they found ways to monetize certain things, and that's what they're doing. I don't know if how it's going to end. I can't really say how it's going to end. I do know though that at the core, men operate a certain way. Men are still a little bit territorial, and I don't think that any of the men in here would want to know that their girl was out there and essentially known to the streets, because a man could pay $25 and see all the viscous in it, see all the mediocre tutorials and reviews, see all the viscous in it just there so up online for all just to see, you know. If
that is a fool.
If anybody, if any of the gents in the chat are cool with seeing their girl as he made for the block with their personal girl.
Yeah, personal girl, my personal girl.
See, if you're cool with saying your personal girl on OnlyFans, you can let me know. But I don't think, and that's just me speaking for the men in here, I don't think most men, well, let me not even speak for the men in here, let me say most men across the world and other places would be comfortable seeing their personal girl on OnlyFans just advertising.
I would carry that another step further. Women would not want a man to be on OnlyFans show, they wouldn't either.
But that's a fact.
You understand? So what's good for the goose gonna be good for the gander if we talk about this equality thing, as they like to push all the time.
Yeah, Chad is saying, not Chad, Hugh is saying he saw the movie on Netflix. Yeah, women, and Chad is saying women loved it. That's a fact. Women love that movie. So Kwame is going to be devil's advocate. So here we go. So I've spoken with some women who say that regardless of how they present, there are men who just daily, weekly, multiple times, even if no response is given, jump in with the thirsty DMs. So a part of this conversation is for men only. Stop with the thirsting, simping, and attention slaving with our behaviors. I'm going to stop. I'm going to repeat that paragraph. So a part of this conversation is for men only. Stop with the thirsting, simping, and attention slaving with our behaviors. I'm going to repeat that one more time because I think it's necessary. Stop with the thirsting, simping, and attention slaving with our behaviors. Teach the young men also to guard their attention and direct it wisely, not for everybody and their girlfriend. remove the slavish attention, and I feel we can achieve a level of balance. Amen, amen.
Preaching.
Yeah, you're preaching, Kwame. Amen and amen. That's gospel, right? I guess I just different, but for me, I can see half naked women on IG. I don't need to pay to go and see half naked women on OnlyFans. Sure. I can do a quick Google search here and pull up some half naked women from this iPad or from this laptop. You know, what else is stream going on if I care to? It is too accessible to be spending money to go on a subscription based half nakedness. That just boggling my mind. You could take that money and invest it in something else.
But there, you know me.
Do a course.
All right, then, better yourself. But you know, there, as a type of man, I don't even give the half naked women on IG a like. So if them can't get a like from me for free, OnlyFans to now come and want to get money out of me, or $14.99 for me for a monthly subscription, they say so much time for me.
Certainly, I'm not paying to do that.
I like you or follow you for IG if you always in a bikini and always. I refuse to. Yeah, again, you posting captions about things. Or just pin a comment or Derek pin a comment.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So Charlie's saying that the guy for 365 days, he got money. That's it. And as Damien says, he has appeal. You're on the road tonight, Neil says Jennifer, Damien, Daniel, don't forget, says Justine Clark. Women have been glamorizing stalking with the Netflix fake show You, but they will blast them out for liking too many of their posts. I am not familiar with the show, so you're sending me.
I want to talk about that. In 2019, I was introduced to this show You. I watched the first season of You, and that is one of the few pieces of content that I've ever taken in. That by the end of it, and how it was wrapped up in the first season, that I said, I do not feel good. This is not a good space I'm in. This is a series, right, where it is all about a man stalking a woman. He's infatuated. He sees this woman. He's infatuated with this woman, and he does things, hacks her phone, stalks her, does all types of things to implement himself into her life, and then eliminates competition or anyone that would out him or anything like that. And I'm not going to give it. I should give it out. But when I think that when you're finished watching a piece of content, you should be looking forward to the next season, the next episode. You should be saying, okay, that was a messed up ending, but I want to see how it's going to be resolved. I want to see how they're going to get out of it, or I want to see if a happy ending can come about, or if the bad guy is going to get their comeuppance. The problem with You is the bad guy in You, wins. And he does not win in a pleasing manner. And it is unsettling. And I could not imagine, like back in 2019, there was such a big buzz around You. Everybody liked You and everybody want to watch You, but it was creepy, dog. And I literally did not understand how this is a piece of content that people absorb on Netflix. So much so that when they announced the season 2, the person that introduced me to You said, yeah, they got season 2, we should watch it. I said, no. Not watching it. Not interested, have no desire to know how the protagonist ends up or antagonist or whatever. I don't care. I'm done with that.
You're sending me to do a little bit of research, so I can.
Don't do it. Right?
At least one of
it. In a bad place. It's going to leave you in a bad place at the end of this first season for sure.
Yeah. Everybody seems to be saying that Tonya is saying don't talk about Fabio. Essentially, she is heartbroken a little bit with that.
What happened to Fabio?
She's a Fabio fan, it would seem. Greg is saying she's a chefetry piece. Legs, breasts, and thighs, man. She's a snap.
It's true.
Rihanna, they're looking for attention. That's really what it is. It's validation, right? Yep. Cheryl says to preach Pastor Hoyt. Damien says stop gassing up the attention seekers. Problem solved. When they post half-naked pics and get 4 likes, things would change. Correct. But the problem is,
go ahead.
There aren't enough people. There aren't enough men. They can call out the men. There aren't enough men taking that stance, right? There's still going to be some men who can put flames on the pic. There can still be some men who can slide in the DM and so you or go on the page publicly and say, yeah, you're a goddess, you're a queen, you look like this, blah blah blah. Then there gonna be some
Same
man who
thing.
gonna be just outright rude and say a point blank, I want to do X or Y with you. You know, that still exists. So it is on us as the elder statesmen now to kind of let these younger guys know exactly how school keeping and tell them straight. Here we're going on. You know, don't
It's good
encourage
to
that.
look at. It's good to look
Look
at,
at
but
it
we ain't getting
and
that
keep
no
cracking.
forward. We ain't giving it no likes, no follows. We ain't getting anybody DM. We are not acknowledging it publicly or privately. Look at it. It's a chi boy. She's a good looking woman. Move
Keep
on.
it trucking. Jennifer say Morris Chestnut isn't the nicest in person. Okay.
Okay.
You better know. And Rihanna says, man, you know what I like 50 Shades of Grey. Rihanna,
Rihanna, what you like 50 Shades
we
again? What
gotta
you
look
like
at you
50 Shades
different,
of Grey?
man. Because he man has appeal as Damien was
Hold,
saying, right?
hold on. If Polly was choking she ain't gonna like it. But because he is Dorian Gray that got the money and got all of this and all of
Yeah.
that, it is fine. You understand?
Yeah, Jennifer say watch a lot of those Spanish pics, but 365 was steamy. Yeah, the plot made absolutely no sense, but yeah, it was action. He was saying a man named Lamar for the Orleans, not offended. I hope oddly enough, I do know a Lamar for the Orleans, so I really hope that, he's not watching this. But then again, I taught Lamar, so he can't really give me too much pace. Chad, I actually know Lamar for the Orleans yet. He was saying probably with the three teeth missing, feelings hurt.
I mean no disrespect to Polly and them, man. I'm just saying.
Darian Dyer, 360 the 5 days with the black man instead of a drug dealer with involved a risk of targeting. Ding dong.
That's what had me laughing. That's why he said that Damien Daniels is a fool. Because as soon
Yeah,
as he said that, I see the woman face and they say, I hear the music.
yeah, yes. Yeah, I get you. It's a numbers game, says Steve, and a mindset for some today might be your day. Yeah. Greg says that sex will always sell. OnlyFans just made it accessible to the average person that is not a porn star or a model from an agency to put themselves out there and get paid. Exactly. So now you got the average girl next door competing against the porn star and against the models. Is the average girl next door prepared to do what the porn star is? Sorry, let me go the other way. Is the average girl next door prepared to do what the model is going to do to make that OnlyFans money? Are both of those girls prepared to do what the porn star is prepared to do to make that OnlyFans money?
But there, I gotta make this point, right? Because I see Chad making mention to it. So everybody know about the porn sites, right? Everybody know about the X videos. Everybody know about Pornhub, RedTube. Then you may not have gone on the sites, but you know about these sites. These sites are free and they are varied. You can find whatever you're into on these sites. Quite literally anything, which is quite scary. But
Yeah.
the point is that
We got a partner that got some questionable
yeah.
search history.
Oh my God.
I
Oh
could
my
call
goodness.
you over here, but
No. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that.
we got a
But the
questionable
point,
search history.
yeah, the point is that part of the question is to how viable is something like OnlyFans, right? Because at the end of the day, granted, some women are making bank no millions of dollars, right? And especially in a time where people couldn't go anywhere and they were finding means to occupy themselves. You know, they saw they have disposable income, they have means. Why not drop a little $10 on a girl, a teacher doing whatever, right? But the point is that how sustainable is that? How sustainable is that going to be in 10 years? It is all fine and good to look to the no, right? And unless you are
Mm-hmm.
taking that money and saving it and building something for the future, you have a plan for that money, or are you just taking the money and buying bags and hair and whatever? What are you doing? Because there are free ways to get porn. There are free ways to get porn. Shoot, I would even argue that there are probably even cheaper ways to get porn, right? So literally, you can find what you want for free anywhere on the internet. Therefore, and I don't even mean in sketchy situations or whatever. Therefore, things like OnlyFans and things like if you ain't got upload to RedTube, what are you going on OnlyFans to do a live? Is my that is my thinking. This is my thinking, right? I feel as though It is all fine and good to say you're looking to make money. It's all fine and good to say you're expressing yourselves. It's all fine and good to say whatever you want. But the point remains is that when you find yourselves being the target of objectification or being ridiculed for certain things and being called whatever, or sorry, don't let me say being called whatever, but being ostracized in a romantic situation because of things that you've put out there, then you can't call us. You can't then come and say, "Oh man, just treat me this and man like that and this and that next." Like it is simple. Be cognizant of what you put out there, and if you are cognizant of what you put out there and you don't give a damn, state that you don't give a damn, and then when you start to win country prizes, just accept that and move on. But don't start with the heartbreak memes and the quotes and many this and start getting bitter and getting your girlfriends. No, it can't work that way. Where you get to put out what you want, but then you also get to bash men that were attracted to whatever you put out there. I just saying.
Yeah. Um, Justin is saying I've had girlfriends that didn't want me to leave home in sweatpants or snug jeans. People protect things they hold sacred, and that's what men will do. So if you, as a lady, you got your OnlyFans, and by the way, guys, I am working on my. I've been in the gym, so I am working to launch my OnlyFans account come summer. So stay tuned with that.
Good luck to you on that, my brother.
Yeah.
Just don't do anything in the Senate t-shirt, all right, please.
So I will be shirtless, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Just keep that in mind. But
Thank
yeah.
you.
So just know that when you put it out there for public consumption, and then people don't want to deal with you, when you start your OnlyFans account and then you got your body up for all to see, and then a certain kind of man, because let's be real, there are some men that like that kind of life, right? There's some men who will actively pursue strippers. There's some men who will actively pursue prostitutes. Shoot, we had the situation Natalia mentioned that the sex worker who got evicted last week, she actually had a boyfriend. She said so in the interview she did with the newspaper. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that the possibility of having a relationship will forever escape you. Having said that, what kind of man are you going to attract to you? That's what we really need to be mindful of, right? Greg is saying they get paid because there's a market for it. Yeah, we need to stop providing the market. I'm not saying that women don't buy that stuff, don't pay for that stuff, but more often than not, it'd be we men that be out in money and ignorance, and yeah, it'd be a little distressing to me. Charlie saying, you remember the silly girl that was on top? Yeah, we catch me outside girl. You talked about that at the top of the show. $1 million in a day when she turned 18 years old. You know what I mean? Some of you work hard, majority of you life, you never see $1 million. She turned 18. She made $1 million on her 18th birthday, you know? Claire, welcome. Good to see you, Claire.
Good
You'll say
night,
the best
Claire.
part about you was I featured Mount Gay rum, otherwise too freaky. Mount Gay was actually featured in Casino Royale, and Brightman James Bond goes into the restaurant he calls for Mount Gay Pork. Check it out.
What?
Just like I've seen women stating without shame that they need a man to love them like that. I ain't even know listen to that.
But no, I mean he does have yeah.
It's okay to say so, you know, when you're watching it from a distance. But it's another thing when that stuff starts to get real, when it right there in your face, and it's literally clear and present danger. It ain't so cute. You're gonna go through it, you know what I mean? Tonya, I thought what the hell I've been watching. I was waiting for the plot to change, and it was crazy that it didn't. You'll never again. Kevin Seeley in the house, welcome, Cutting. Good to see you, my brother.
Cutting.
Tonya, it's everything was advertised online. Women were riveted. If you were saying the comments are behind, yeah, we try to catch up here. Don't worry. All right, I'm gonna read this. Cheryl says, I have been choked up, and he wasn't even remotely Christian Grey. Like, come again, boom.
To tell you,
Whatever
it's look
floats,
good. It's
whatever
good. It
floats
look
your
good on.
boat, Cheryl. If that's how you
It
get it
look
down.
good. It does look good on celluloid, right? But when you get it in person, I've literally heard that from other women too. Like, yeah, they wanted a man to do this and that and that and this and then they had to be like, yeah, ease up. And then, it leads to some ugly stuff. So
Yeah, ooh. Yeah, chat. You got me lick up with the comments too. Greg, that's the thing. There are enough sexually depraved and bored people out there that people will pay to view even the average woman half nude or using a toy, and that's a fact. Is
sad.
disturbing. Cheryl, I was about to say if they invest wisely, they don't need to do it 10 years. Just at home, people strip or be escorts to pay for college. For some, it's not a forever gig. Make some quick cash and move on. For those who do it long term, actually, only today, a partner of mine sent me, yeah,
Oh,
only today a partner of mine sent me a video of a stripper who was doing her retirement dance. Shit you not. She
oh
was literally
return.
she was literally retiring on stage. It was her. She posted it on Twitter. It was her last dance. Right? No joke. You can't make this stuff up. Truth is
Uh,
stranger than fiction.
it really is.
Yeah, Jennifer is laughing at the idea of my OnlyFans account. I'm not sure why, but trust me. Steve, a woman admitted to the choke and stroke.
Joker stroke.
Yeah, the choke and stroke is real.
The joker stroke. But read the next comment though.
Cheryl, a good show is wonderful. Men like it too. My God,
What?
what is going on here tonight? What is
I don't
going
know
on
that,
here
Greg,
tonight?
boy. I don't know. I don't.
Yes, Chad, she did her retirement dance. When we finish this, I will actually send you the video so you can watch that for yourself. Right? She did her retirement dance. Um, but yeah, guys, in all seriousness, if you put it out there, yeah, you boil it tonight. If you put it out
Yeah,
there,
we have it
it's
something.
out there. It's out there. And very often you can't pull it back, right? And Neil spoke to it. First thing first, everybody is not making these thousands of dollars and $1 million just like that. Because as Kerry said, they talk to show, it's still business. And you still need to attract customers. So if people don't know you, the Cash Me Outside girl, she was able to turn her notoriety into quick dollars, right? She was into because people already knew her. But if you was to borrow a thing from a partner of mine, with my chatty, if you boom Krisha from I don't want to see Orleans again, but you know what I mean. If you boom Keisha from the Orleans
Uh,
and the boy know you, you may
yeah,
get a couple. You will
you
get
could
a
be
little
the god.
500
You could be the
in like
god.
a
Got
month.
15K. You could be the god.
Yeah,
Got 15K, and the boy know about you.
you boy know, but you have nobody to sell to. So it's like you just out here wasting time. You still need a fan base to push to, and if you don't have that, I fail to see how it could be viable for you. And then you still got to deal with the fallout from the fact that people looking at him might say there's a certain reputation that don't want associated with your workplace, so they're not going to hire you. You got to look at the people you may attract to you in terms of potential sexual partners. Sex and drugs tend to go together. Sex work and drugs tend to go together. So you kind of go into another line of thing there. Then you got your reputation with your friends, your reputation with your family. There might be a little bit of you get ostracized a little bit from your family and friends. The impact is, yeah, you can't be only fans without fans. You need
You can be only.
fans.
You can
It
be
can be just
only.
only. It can be just only. You know what I mean? It's just only. And you both there, so just cool. It's just you. Oh, my hair looks so south. You know what I mean? So it's all well fine to say that you out there, you got OnlyFans, but it might just be you, you know, just only, you know, and you don't want that. So I really feel as much as it might be an option, how viable is it? Really don't know in terms of being able to make money that can sustain you over the course of a lifespan. I really don't know, particularly within a market as small as Barbados, because let me be real, as much as you got the internet here in Barbados and you got access to OnlyFans, guess what? J-Lo got access to OnlyFans as well. Rihanna got access to OnlyFans as well. Nicki Minaj.
Rihanna could start off OnlyFans with her just sitting down with her legs crossed.
Shoot.
And she will break OnlyFans.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because she already got the audience. So I don't know. I think we really need to be a little bit more industrious. That's the word I can use. Industrious. Maybe that's what I had to do, as opposed to trying to find
the easy way out.
Easy way out. Because I don't think it can necessarily work out in your favor to try to get that done.
What's going on in the chat? I know people in the chat. What's going on in here? Wait, Derek, boy.
Let me peek back.
What's going on in here?
Okay, Jennifer is saying she was peeping. Normally OnlyFans is not up yet, so there's nothing to peep at. Rihanna don't encourage shares, says Jennifer. Hugh, just so Sharon and Rihanna may receive a few extra DMs later. Not sure from who, just saying may. Just maybe. And I am not doing any research.
But Jennifer, research, I don't understand. Research, was that in context? Huh?
I'm always afraid to ask, Neil. I really am. I am always afraid to ask what research Jennifer is wondering if I'm doing, because let me stick to my point. Let me stick to my talking points. Yeah, don't do the whole OnlyFans thing, and then it turns out to be something a decision that you regret, right? Then, on the other hand, we start talking about IG and Facebook. Neil talked about it a little earlier. No, I am not nervous, Tanya. Don't put stuff up there, and then, as Justin mentioned, only the desirable responses you cool with. Even if that's the case, that you just cool with the desirable responses, when you go in the rain, you can get the rain, but you can get some mud too. You ain't gotta deal with the mud. So be prepared to deal with the mud when you put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't expect that you can just be like, oh, I came out, I got on new galoshes and I don't really want them muddy, but I can run through this field anyhow and nothing ain't gonna happen. Nah, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. So you gotta be able to take the good with the bad. Yeah? Jennifer says she was paying a subscription for that. For my OnlyFans. I hope you're paying a lot of money, because it may only be you. It may only be you in there.
Listen. It sounds like you want a manager, dog. You want a manager? I remember years ago you approached me to be your manager. You want me to be your manager, dog?
Yeah, hook me up, dog. Hook me up.
I would even look, because it's you, I would even take a little 8%. Because it's you, I would take a little 8%. I wouldn't even charge you the full 20. 8%.
Oh, 8%. Okay, cool.
As it's you, man.
I think we can make some money, man. I think we can make some money.
Oh my Lord, isn't this just a mess?
Oh, I think we can make some money, man.
You see, the Lord does know what He's doing. That is why He was present tonight. This is the impetus for you to start your OnlyFans, dog.
Yeah.
This for you to you see, you're on full display. So. Chelsea will work marketing.
I know you say Chelsea, you got the marketing covered.
He covered chat, you know.
This is Uncle. I approve this message.
All right. So what I want to say about tonight, though, is that you know, I just want to make it clear. I think coming out of this discussion, I think what we need to establish and understand what we are doing on social media. So if you are posting a nice picture of yourself, or your breasts are half out, or you showing your abs, or you showing whatever you're showing, you have to understand. We talked about this in a previous episode. We're talking about your brand. Whatever you put on social media is indicative of your brand. It is speaking toward your brand. Therefore, if you post a lot of illicit, half risque photos or illicit photos, or whatever, then you have to know that that is what you're establishing as your brand. If you do not want to be only known for that or established as that, then you have to change up the game. I know it sucks that people are not going to see the real you and all of this because, you put out your picture half naked and we're not seeing the real, right? I know that it sucks, but that is the society we live in. And until that changes, you have to understand that if you put certain things out there, you're going to get back that same energy. And it's so funny because some of these same women you put out into the universe what you want to get back. Think of social media as the universe. Think of the internet as the universe. What you put out there is going to boomerang and come back at you. So we all objectify the other, whatever we like. We objectify whatever we like. If we like cars, we objectify them. If we like women, we objectify them. If we like men, we objectify them. We objectify everything that we like. Don't let us get conflated with harassment and for objectification and dismissal and everything like that. You are responsible for you, and you are responsible for what you put out. Everything you do in this life, you are responsible for, right? No, I am not, because I saw somebody made mention to rape culture, and if you have a problem with what a woman puts online and you have a problem with her showing whatever, then you are just equating that to rape culture. Essentially, you're saying if she has on a dress that is showing a bit of something, she is asking for it. That is not the case because you are not being raped on social media. One, and two, the difference between that is that there are some men out there that are just sick and do things that they deserve locking up for. We are not talking about that extreme, and I really hate when people try to mix in the rape culture.
That's just a deflection, Neil, because it's.
But that's a dangerous deflection. That's a dangerous
it's a
deflection
tactic.
to me.
That's really all it is. Because the two are not the same. But I will draw reference to Dave Chappelle stand-up. You know me, again, stand-up comedy, love it. Dave Chappelle would say, people say just because I am dressed this way doesn't mean that you should approach me this certain way. And Dave Chappelle's response to that was, he's going to put on a policeman's uniform and walk around. And when people come to him, you say, just because I'm dressed as a police officer doesn't mean you should approach me as if I am a police officer. So that's another way to look at it. But
I mean, there is a school of thought, right, where a nicely dressed man versus a man in jeans and t-shirt gets a certain level of attention than a man in jeans and t-shirt, right? I think we are all judged based on our appearance. We have eyes. They are our most important, for most of us, our most important sense. We are visual people. Our entire life, everything that is created around us is for most of it, it has in the visual component of it, right? Having said that, we are not talking about sexual harassment and sexual assault. There is no place for that. That is not what we are talking about here, and there is no logical way you can conflate the two of them. It is a simple fact that if you put out that sexual energy out there on social media and you receive that sexual energy on social media, then that is that. If the person takes that to real life, that is a different context. That is like saying, I am an actor. I acted one time as a soldier in a short film that I made. I was a soldier coming home with PTSD, right? And that is like me. Let's say that went viral and everybody loved that movie and everybody seeing me and saying, oh, look, so-and-so there or whatever. When you see me in person, you're treating me like a soldier and you're attacking me as a soldier or you're holding me accountable for things soldiers have done. I'm an actor. So therefore, if you're playing a part on social media, whether good or bad, true to you or not, the people ain't got no frame of reference. So you have to be prepared for what happens on social media. Off social media, if they come to bring that energy to you in person, that's a different kettle of fish. But we are saying, do not put out a certain energy out there. Receive that energy and then blame the universe or people for receiving that energy, because you are responsible for that energy that you have received in that context.
Yeah. Well done, brother. Well said. Well, the time has really gotten away
Yeah.
in this particular topic. I didn't even realize.
I don't even know if we addressed it all. We addressed it. We addressed everything. Addressed it. Did we address everything?
Yeah, I think we kind of touched on it, and even more. Clearly, this is even more far-reaching than we thought, and who knows? We may have to touch on it again. Claire saying no.
Claire saying no. Yeah, I somehow feel we missed some component of this, but as you said, the time got away, and you don't want to. I mean, as much as you like to see Derek's visage, and he is starting the precursor of his OnlyFans, I don't think y'all want to endure more of it, because I don't know. I just think that, you know, in the end, I think we're, and this is the problem. Again, I must say, the community that we are forming, the people that tune in every Tuesday and Thursday, the people that engage us in these conversations, we have no problem with. We love you. We appreciate you. But I feel as though, and I said this very early, I don't want to create an echo chamber. I want people to bring diverging schools of thought. And I want pushback and challenge. I actually thought, which one it was we had Thursday? I thought Thursday was a great episode because we got pushback and we got challenged. And this is not about us meeting a challenge and, you know, us battling and defending. But I feel as though this is going to still remain a problem if the people that continue to do these things, and people
in their
that
own echo chambers,
they don't join the discussion. Nothing will be gained, essentially, because the people that are in this chat, while you understand, you're logical people, you understand what you put out, you receive, you understand basically what a relationship should look like and all of this different context, right? But there are people out there that are fooling themselves, thinking they understand and they got it covered and everything like that, but finding themselves in situations and holding other people accountable when they really should be held accountable for it. So keep spreading the word, keep telling your friends, keep sharing the content, we encourage everybody every episode to bring at least another friend. And we are very appreciative of everything that we've built here in terms of the support, the engagement, the interaction. Granted, most of you are our friends. We appreciate that support. Some of you, we are now getting to meet each other, like Claire. Claire, I've known and seen Claire over the years, but I've never gotten to interact with her. So this is a kind of
for sure.
Yeah, you see. But Claire, you're looking for sure. You can't see. We can't pay we camera bills. Again, apologies again for the lack of my video. I don't know what has happened. Normally with Skype, I usually I have to use my phone. So then, in order for the PC to stream, I gotta use Skype for PC, and then I gotta add myself on my phone. And for some reason, it's not accepting my phone, so it's accepting the voice but not the visual. So I apologize. And by Thursday, it'll be fixed. I guarantee that.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Before again, we've come to the end. As always, like the page, follow the page, invite your friends, get them to like and follow the page as well. Check us out on YouTube at the Senate Podcast. You can go back and review some of the older episodes we did. Check us out on IG at the Senate Podcast 246. Email us at senateinsession@gmail.com. And you're here already on Facebook, the Senate Podcast. Check us out. We love you all. We really appreciate it as always. Thank you so much for hanging with us. And always, thanks, guys. Keep driving there along. Week 2 for me, says Cheryl. I'll be here again Thursday. We appreciate it so much. Thank you for coming through.
Cheryl. And
bring somebody else with you.
That's Cheryl. My tanty Cheryl. That's an inside joke.
Okay.
My tanty.
Okay. Yeah, bless all the crew, says Chad. So we'll see you guys on Thursday. We'll continue some more discussion as always. And I'll probably look for some installations to put up for you. You guys. For us to debate. Jennifer is ready for OnlyFans. We'll see how that goes. I am going to get myself ready for the OnlyFans. My OnlyFans page comes August, July, August. We'll see how it goes. So feel free to subscribe to that, guys, when you see me come up. And yeah, as always, guys, share the content. Yeah, Damien says he had to sell some food, and that's fine. Make your money, buddy.
Yeah, make your money, boy.
Hugh, I don't always get to join. Did you suggest anything I suggested? Derek, I am not sure what I missed. I think I missed something in translation. But yeah, guys, as always, it's been a good night. We enjoyed having you. We enjoyed the discussion. We enjoyed the talk. We will be here. Cheryl is here for the shows. I have one for you come on Thursday. And as always, guys, strive all the time to be the best version of you for you. And we can see you guys on Thursday. Hey, yeah. So go